What's up guys, Perry here, and we are back with another Anime Defenders video, and we're going to be doing another installment of our unit review series. And the unit that we're going to be taking a look at today is none other than the Ant King Unlocked. I have no idea what anime this guy's supposed to be from, feel free to let me know in the comments. And, you know, he's a ground unit, he is an OG, this guy's been around since Update 0. And as time goes on, he's only fallen more and more out of the meta. On top of that, he's only a ground unit, so he can't be hitting airs. But we're going to be seeing how he stacks up in all the game modes. So if you're new to unit review, what we're basically going to be doing is putting this unit through all forms of content in the game. That's going to be including raids, Tower of Eternity, challenges, infinite mode, and story mode. And the reason that we skip over Hall of Mirrors is because it's a relatively new game mode, multiplayer focused. I think starting by update 4, I'll start including Hall of Mirrors in here because it's going to be a little bit less of a pain for most players to deal with because of the adjustments and the buffs to the rates on here. But without any further ado, let's look at his cosmetic before we start, because I think he has one of the best cosmetics in the game. Look at this. You know, this looks like something out of Souls RNG. I have Aura, and I don't really like the outfit. It looks a little clunky in my opinion. I don't like that, but look at this. This is cool. Probably my favorite cosmetic in the game. But anyways, let's quit stalling and get right into these showcases. Alright, now we're going to be seeing how he does in challenges. And as you can see, he's doing more than enough damage. Whoops. Alarm went off. I don't know if y'all heard that. Anyways, what was I saying? He's going to be doing tons of damage. He does a nice multi-hit circle AoE off spawn. Can place 4 of him. We'll just get some more money so we can demonstrate that. But yeah, in challenges, he does more than enough damage to carry you through the entirety of the challenge. My biggest gripe with him is just that he's a ground unit. But barring that, he is very, very solid. So for challenges, we're going to be giving him a nice 7 out of 10. Let's go to the next one. Alrighty, up next, how does he stack up in Tower of Eternity? Well, as you can see, his multi-hit move that he has off spawn works absolute wonders at dealing with the shielded enemies and the blue health bars. He just makes short work of those. Once again, main thing drawing him back is going to be the fact that he's ground, so in the further floors of Tower of Eternity, this guy's not going to be very useful. Still good damage, and he's multi-hit, 4 placement. Can't go wrong with this guy. We're going to be giving him a solid 7 out of 10 for Tower of Eternity. Let's go to the next one. Up next, how does he do in story mode? Well, this guy does more than enough damage to carry you through the early waves and more than enough damage to carry you through late game in story mode. And once again, his biggest drawback is the fact that he's not hybrid. You're not going to be able to take him in a Snowy Town or the newest map, the little underground map. I don't even know what it's called. But yeah, you're not going to be able to take him into the hardest story modes in the game, but just having this guy on your team means that you will be able to beat the majority of story. And by then you should have a hybrid unit anyway. So I definitely think this guy's solid for story. Might be his strong suit in my opinion, just because later on he gets a full AoE multi-hit attack. He does decent damage. I have Bullseye on him, but even without Bullseye he'd have pretty decent range. He's 4 placement. I'm going to be giving him a very, very solid 8 out of 10 for story mode. And let's move on to the next one. Alright, now we're going to see how he does in infinite mode. This is where we're going to do the little showcase. So, you know, he's 4 placement. We'll just start off with 1. Off spawn, he's doing a multi-hit circle AoE. Pretty cool animation. He does that little triple slash. Upgrade him 2 more times. Now he has a new move called Acid Rain, where he flies up and it's multi-hit. He hits all the enemies in his little circle AoE. Upgrade him 2 more times. He gets Paralysis Poison. And this is just a single hit, big AoE move. I don't even know what he does. I think he like shoots like a blue beam or something. Anyways, upgrade him 2 more times. Now he's full AoE. And this is a pretty cool multi-hit full AoE move called Tempest Thrash, doing 13k damage every 9.1 seconds. Upgrade him 2 more times. Now he gets another full AoE move called Immense Speed Slam. Upgrade him 2 more times. Now this is where I'm not too happy with this upgrade path, because once we get him to max, he is no longer a full AoE. He's just a fat circle AoE, which isn't bad, don't get me wrong, but everyone else, including myself, we'd much rather have it be full AoE. But, you know, you can't have your cake and eat it too. he's still doing pretty good AoE. 25k damage every 11 seconds. You can place 4 of this guy. So, you know, add up all those damage numbers together. He's not doing bad damage by any stretch of the imagination. That's really the main thing that draws him back for me, though, the fact that he has full AoE in his prior upgrades, but once you get him to max, he just falls flat completely. And the fact that he's not a full AoE, not a full AoE, the fact that he's not a hybrid unit kind of boggles me too, because look at this guy, he's literally flying. He has wings, he's a flying unit, but he doesn't hit hybrid? Like, he's not hybrid, he doesn't hit air? Seems like a weird stylistic choice to me, but I digress. For Infinites, he's not bad. I'd say this is his weakest point for sure, since as the waves go on and the enemies get harder, your fat circle AoE isn't going to be doing as much. So we're going to be giving him a 6 out of 10 for Infinites. But now we're going to be seeing how he does in raids. And as you can see, I had to bring in some support units because this guy's not good enough to solo early game or mid game by himself. But once you get him up and running to max, he is going to be doing enough damage to, you know, carry you throughout the raid. He doesn't hit airs, which is why I put him in this raid. And I believe he's 4 placement. Yeah, he's 4 placement. So we can just have all 4 of these guys attacking at once. I really like his full AoE attack right here. And it's very, very unfortunate that that's not his final upgrade. His final upgrade is a little bit underwhelming in comparison to the full AoE one that we have right here. But let's get into our closing thoughts. And that's going to be bringing us to the end of our unit review. And, you know, after tallying up all the scores, I'm not going to find the mean or the average. I'm just going to give you guys what I think he is. And I'm going to be giving him an overall rating of 7 out of 10. This guy is not a bad unit, not the best unit in the game either. He definitely has his shortcomings in the form of his attack patterns and the fact that he's not a hybrid. But, you know, he's a 4 placement unit, decent damage, decent AoE. And, you know, you could do far, far worse than him. Do I think this guy's worth summoning for? No. There are just units that do it better than him, do more damage than him, and will probably be more useful to you in the long run than this guy will, which is why I'd advise against summoning for him. I will say, probably has my favorite cosmetic in the game. Look at this. This is cool. I like this cosmetic. But that is going to be our concluding thoughts for the unit review video. And if you guys enjoyed the video, learned anything new, or just like to hear me talk about the game, feel free to like, sub, comment, all that wonderful, wonderful stuff. Have a great day or night wherever you are. We'll catch you in the next one, which should be soon. Fingers crossed.